This is a story about one project that got a little bit out of hand. Some people may call it over engineering, pointless, a waste of time, but to me, it's a thing of beauty. So me and my friends like to play Minecraft, like any other friend group.
No!
And like everyone else in the world, we don't like to spend money. So we host our own server on my friend's computer to avoid these prices. But there's one problem when you host your own server that the paid servers give you. The ability to have your Minecraft server up 24/7 without leaving your computer on. So the big problem I'm facing is when you have friends that are super addicted to Minecraft like mine, and you can't run to your computer every second of the day to turn on the server when they command you to turn it on, it gets a little annoying, especially when they nag you 24/7. So what's the solution to all this? I am a programmer after all, I can solve these problems, right? So what did my big brain think of? Well, it's very obvious. Let's create a server that replaces the Minecraft server and let it sit on your computer and listen for TCP connections from a client. Then based off what type of request was sent, let's have the server decide whether to turn the Minecraft server on or off. So how am I going to get these connections? Well, let's use Python's built-in networking library to listen for a request, and now let's read the data sent over. And there we go. But now that we have the ability to receive a request, how am I going to get this stupid program to turn on the Minecraft server? Well, due to my intensive knowledge of operating systems, this is super simple. Let's use the operating system to spin up a subprocess under it, and the subprocess will be the server. And with a little magic and the Stack Overflow article, we can see it works. So now that we got the basics of the server working, we gotta move on to the client. So now for the client, let's allow the user to input basic server data and the request they would like to send, then connect to the server and send that request over. Now let's code this up really quick, and boom, it works. So what do we have from this solution? Well, we have a server that runs on the host computer that will turn on the Minecraft server for you. We also have a client, which people load up, that sends up or down requests to the server. And overall, this seems like a good, safe solution that will definitely not be reworked at any point over the next couple days. So that didn't last long. So what are the main problems with this solution? Well, every time I wanted to update the versions, nobody would install them, and they would cry about it and refuse to update. Then everyone's versions would be out of whack and out of date, and this was mainly due to them being unable to manage basic files, and also their refusal to install the updates. But I guess it's my job, as the programmer, to save them. So let's just say things needed to be fixed around here. So how does Solution 2 fix our problems from Solution 1? Well, easy and simple. A website. So the way it fixes our problem is that no one's going to have to worry about installing updates anymore, or even worrying about basic files. All they have to do is bookmark the website and load it up whenever. Well, how's this website going to work? Well, we're going to need a front end to prompt the user to input some data. Then once they submit a request, the website's going to need to send the request over to the server. So we're going to need a nice front end and back end, and we can pick from so many nice options. So I picked Flask, a Python backend library. Why? Well, I wanted it to be in the same language, and since it was my first time doing anything backend related, I had literally no idea what I was doing. So since I have no idea of what I'm doing, let's watch a couple of these videos and articles, and we should be ready to go. So let's actually implement this. So let's get the basic front end and back end. For this case, the back end will act as a client from Solution 1, just sending a request over a socket to the server. And after all that's done, it works. However, this only works when I'm hosting it off my terminal. We need to host it out on the World Wide Web. The next step is to find a host. So again, I'm not trying to spend any money on a host. So how are we going to host our website for free? First, let's try Python Anywhere. I got it from this video, and once I figured it out, we had everything set up and it was online. However, this host won't let you send socket connections over it. So it doesn't work, and it was entirely pointless and stupid. The next host we can try is Render. Setting it up was really annoying, and I ran into a bunch of glitches that I don't really remember what they were, but eventually, after a couple hours, we got it working and loaded, and here it is. But just one problem. This solution just has one small problem. And just like every solution, no solution is perfect. But this one is a pretty big problem. This website takes so goddamn long to load. Sometimes I won't even load at all. And as a result, all of my friends trashed me for making this website. And one of them was very vocal about it and reminded me about it every day. and no one used it. So as a result of the solution, no one used it, it was a complete waste of time, and it needs to go in the dump. Clearly, things needed to be fixed around here. And solution 2 only made things worse, as now my friends' expectations have went up by a lot because of what could have been. What could possibly save us? Well, it's simple actually. I was sitting in my programming class and it clicked for me. A Discord bot. So how is a Discord bot gonna fix everything? Well, let's just have it so anyone in the Discord can go to a specific channel and type /up or /down. And it would do the same thing as the website or the client. But how are we gonna actually make this thing work? Well, let's use the Discord API and set up a basic bot that responds to commands. Now that we have that, how are we gonna tell the server to turn on or off? Well, it's kind of the same thing as the website. Let's just make it so when we send a command, we also send a sucker request over to the server. It basically acts like the same thing as the client. But now that we have this working, we run into a new problem. How is the server and the Discord bot going to run at the same time? Because if I give my friends one more thing to manage, they will surely freak. Well, let's use the operating system like we did for the Minecraft server. So let's just create the Discord bot into an exe, and let's use subprocesses to turn on the bot when the server boots up. This will allow us to have both the server and the bot run at the same time. So now that we have the basics, let's spice this thing up so I can be left alone. Time for some bonus features. First, we can tell if the server is open for a request just by checking if the Discord bot is online or not. Whereas previously, your client would just crash if you try to submit a request when the server was offline. We can also set the game status on the bot to display if the server is up or down, so people can just check the status of the server with a glance. And this is the final product. So what do we actually have from the solution? Well, we have a Discord bot that acts the exact same as the client and fixes practically every issue. First, no one will have to install any more updates, only the server host when I update the server. Second, nobody will have to worry about managing any files because the Discord bot runs off the server. And now they can just open Discord really quick, type a command to turn on the server. The third thing is how much faster and easier it is, and also simpler it is than solution 1 and 2. As now all they have to do is open Discord, type a quick command, and they can see if the server's up or down or whatever happens. And with all these features, this was everything it was meant to be.
But you did it. Truth and the Covenant, the Flood, it's finished.
It's finished.
I'll drop a beacon, but it'll be a while before anyone finds us. Years, even. I'll miss you.
Wake me when you need me.